Um, this is a video for the followers of my channel. I will, as long as I can, I will make updates because we are a process, and I need to frequently remind the potential new subscribers and the new viewers of this channel of what I am and of what they are and of what we are. And I know myself to be what the philosopher Hegel calls the negative, and I know that when I say that, it's unintelligible for the others. I also know myself to be reason, which is an individual consciousness which knows that reality is one with its own consciousness. And I also know that at this moment in the process of the development of being, when I say this, it is unintelligible for the other. But I also, to try to make the vision of being. Being can be said of anything. The world, the universe, the realm of human activity, they are all part of being. So if you don't like the word being, you can say the world, if you will. But there are more to the world than just the physical existence. There are also the spiritual and logical aspect. And being, as I envision it, is the interconnectedness of pure thought, which is logic, the realm of nature, which is the world of time and space, and matter and energy and the physical forces, and the realm of spirit, which is the realm of human activity. So we, whoever you are, we are one being in the process of becoming conscious of itself. So one could say that we are one spirit, because spirit for Hegel is the immaterial substance which becomes one with its opposite. So in order to make things intelligible, I could say that as an empirical individual, whoever you are alone in your own individual existence. Your memories, your beliefs, your psychology, your personal history, they belong only to you. And in this sense, you will always be alone with yourself in your individual selfhood. And this is both a blessing and a curse from God, because if you suffer in your individual existence, it is God who has caused you to suffer. But if you enjoy existence, it is a gift from God. So in our individual empirical selfhood, we are alone. But in our, what I call the higher self, the transcendental self, the immanent mind, in the realm of pure thought, which must be logical because logic is the science of thought. So in the realm of pure thought, we are identical. And this is what people mean when they say that there is only one consciousness, the worldwide consciousness. So we can equalize one another through elevating ourselves in the realm of pure thought, because thought, if they are universal and true, they are universally true, and they are logical, and they are the same for every thinking entity. And what I try to do by making this video on this channel is to extract from my empirical self, which is limited in his own psychology, his own personal history, his own desires and wickedness and wishes and all its all too human aspects. I am trying to, with my limited human capabilities, to elevate myself into the realm of pure thought, which at this moment is impossible, because an entity which would be pure thought would be God actualized. And I am not yet at this stage. So the best that I can do is to try to speak as much as I can in terms of logical categories, and to try to extract the logical process at work in the world. And the piece of advice that I would give you, whoever you are, is I made videos, but I need to actualize because I'm not certain that you've watched the previous video. Try to understand yourself, whoever you are, in the total process of being, and being can be said of anything, in the process of being, becoming conscious of itself. If you want to understand yourself fully, and to have a full understanding of oneself is a means to liberation, you have to understand your relationship as an individual with the whole of being, physical, biological, psychological, political, economic, social, historical, and artistic, religious, and philosophical. And by adopting this chronological view, the idea that you are the result of 13 or 14 billion years of cosmic evolution, and Darwinian evolution, and historical evolution, with all the aspects of history which are implied within this process. The more you understand yourself as being a moment in the self-unfolding process of this cosmic totality becoming conscious of itself, the more you will realize that what was at the beginning of the process was a logical idea. So by studying all aspects of existence, you will end up studying philosophy, and you will realize that philosophy was at the beginning of the process. It's not very clear, but I try to express it as much as I can. So the piece of advice that I can give is try to adopt an encyclopedic view of yourself, and try to, if you are a man, the more you understand yourself, the more you gain spiritual confidence in a way. And what women want, they do not want, what women need, they have been programmed by God to obey certain laws. What women need is a confident man. And I'm speaking to men here. The more knowledgeable you become, the more confident you will be. Your personality will change, and your role, your duty as a confident man is to direct the life of the woman that you love and the women in your lives, to be the ordering principle. And women, what they need is to be guided by a spiritual man. All women function like that. So become, to the best of your capability, the ruling principle, the ordering principle of the life of the women around you. And the women will feel at their best, their most creative, their most fulfilling existence, the more they can serve the man that they admire because of his confidence and charisma. So yeah. So I don't ask anything to women. I just ask to the male followers of this channel to try to upgrade themselves intellectually and spiritually, and to let the inner divine spark within them speak and act through them as long as they can. And another piece of advice, and the pieces of advice that I give, I try to apply them to myself, and I don't expect the other to do what I myself can't do. So by sharing with you, whoever you are, pieces of advice, I apply these tips to myself, and I will be true to myself as long as I can maintain the standards that I set. And if I fail, and I know that there will be moments when I will fail, I will be the only one to be blamed. I will be in a position to blame only myself for having failed to live by my own standards. But if I could give a piece of advice to the men, try to detach yourself from the realm of earthly existence, but not to try to escape God knows where, but reduce your dependence on the material world and compensate this detachment by working hard, create, work. If you feel that you have a God-given talent in any field of endeavor, try to create. If you want to write poetry, then do it, because God is a creative entity, and if you have a creative spark within you, try to let it shine. But try to find a proper balance between working for the sustenance and to try to work the proper measure to bring food on the table, as one might say. So to be a hard-working person, but also to find the proper balance to have leisure and use your leisure time to gain knowledge and understanding. We live in an era where the internet makes a tremendous amount of information available. There are free courses on any topic you can imagine. So I try to share the channels which I find the most interesting, but you can choose your own channels and try. The more you gather information, try to systematize and produce an encyclopedic view of yourself. And yeah, so try to listen to the ecological leftist advice. Try to promote locally produced food. Try to reduce your need, but not to the point of mortification and self-inflicted renouncement, uh, but a measured enjoyment of the pleasures of life, and a work ethic. Try to, if you are a man, you know that you feel alive and useful when you can work. But like I said, do not work yourself to death. Find the time to read books, to explore the beauty of nature, to share your knowledge with friends and with the woman you love, or with your children, or try to help those who are less fortunate than you. um, these are the pieces of advice that I can give, and I know that this is very ironic, because I am what Hegel calls the negative, which is the principle of evil. But there must be a positive which comes out of the negative. So when I understand some aspects of existence, I try to share them with others, and to give them pieces of advice which enable them to order and structure their life. And yeah, so I will continue to make these frequent updates, because we are in a process of becoming conscious of ourselves. And yeah, I do my limited best, which I know is not enough because it is limited. But I have conflicts within me, and it's difficult to be who I am. So